Okay, so let's have a quick run through. Just it's like a mini series of just trying to activate the anterior oblique sling, the posterior oblique sling, and the lateral sling. So all these different muscle groups that come in to provide a little bit of stability when we load on one leg, and also it helps to tone up the glutes and the inner core muscles and have everything syncing up together. So we're going to begin with the anterior oblique sling. So for that one, we're working the opposite leg to the opposite arm, and all the time we're just creating a little bit of sense of stability through our trunk by creating a little bit of activation here. So always just feeling that sense of gently drawing the lower abdominal wall and the pelvic floor lightly in, so you feel this sense of the pressure, so the pressure in that area naturally gets lifted away from your pelvic floor, and you feel the front and the back of your body narrow, so everything comes a little bit more close together. So again, that feeling of having a hand on the lower belly, as you breathe out you feel that drawing in, or you can gently pull into it to create a voluntary activation of your transverse abdominis and your pelvic floor. That's what we're always looking for in every activation. Throughout this exercise, that should stay lightly connected whilst you continue to breathe normally. Right, so let's crack on with it. So you're going to lie down on your back, and we're going to combine the tabletop exercise with an arm moving back behind you. So I'll move down so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. We're going to just gently breathe out, feel the natural connection of the lower abdominal wall naturally drawing a little bit towards the spine. You're going to float your leg up to tabletop. You want to feel like you could balance a tray on your foreleg to know that you're in the right position. The other leg's flat to the ground. You're going to float your arms up, and then what I want you to do is take the other hand, so this side opposite to the leg that's up, and you're going to take that arm behind you as far as you can control it without your torso rolling, and then you're going to bring that arm back to the center. Go again. Exhale, allow that arm to come back behind you. Inhale at that point. Exhale, return the arm to the start. And then again, you're going to just repeat. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying there. Never holding your breath. You can time your breath with the movements if you like, or you can just breathe normally throughout. The one thing you mustn't do is hold your breath and strain. And then when it feels like that's getting quite tired, you would then lower the foot down, lower the arms down, and then we're going to swap to the other side. So exhale, find that core connection. Float your leg up to tabletop position. That little bit of core connection, that flattening of the abdominal wall, particularly that lower part, is going to help you to stay stable in the middle. You're going to balance your tray on your opposite leg. We're going to float those arms up so that the fingers are pointing to the ceiling. And now we're going to use this hand, the opposite hand, to go backwards. So again, I'm just controlling that from the center. So as I move my arm back, I feel an automatic increase in my abdominal wall response. It tensions a little bit more, because it's harder the further away my arms go. And again, exhaling, taking the arm back. Inhale here. Exhale, return. Inhale here. Exhale, reach back. Inhale here. Exhale, return to the start. And inhale here. Exhale, let everything come back down to rest. Let's repeat. Switching back to the other leg. Exhale, feel everything kick in as you start to take your leg up to tabletop, float the arms up so your fingertips are pointing to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, take the opposite arm back. Inhale there. Exhale, bring the arm back to the midline. Inhale here. Exhale, take the arm back. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it back to the start here, pointing to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, take it back. Inhale here. Exhale, take it back to the start, so you're pointing to the ceiling. Inhale here. Let everything come back down to rest as you exhale. And then we switch to the other leg. Inhale, exhale, float the leg up. Inhale, inhale here. Exhale, bring the arms up so they point into the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, take the opposite arm back. Control at the centre. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the fingers back to point at the ceiling. As you exhale, inhale here. Exhale, take the arm back. Inhale here. Exhale, return to the point at the ceiling. Inhale here. Bring the arms down. And come to rest. Now, to make that exercise a little bit more challenging, because it will get easy after a little while, then what you would do is you would just you would take the opposite arm to the opposite leg from the ground. So we'll do. I'm going to demonstrate it so you can do that progression when it feels like you're ready to do so, or if it feels like you're ready today, go ahead. So you're going to breathe out, feeling that gentle core connection. Float your arm and your leg up, so it's opposite arm to opposite leg. So we're straight into tabletop and straight into pointing at the ceiling, and the other arm is just resting. Now we're going to exhale to reach that leg long as we then take the opposite arm behind. Bringing them back to the centre. And then again, if that feels like you can go for a second breath, then do. Come back. Let everything rest. Okay, so now we'll time it with the breathing. Inhale. Exhale, feel the core connect. Float the leg and the arm up to your starting position. Inhale here. Exhale, reach away. Inhale here. Exhale, return to the start. Inhale here. Exhale, reach away. Inhale here. Exhale, return to the start. Inhale here. Return to the ground. Switch sides. Inhale. Exhale, connect. Float the arm and the leg up to the starting position. Inhale here. Exhale, reach. Stay central through the torso. Inhale here. Exhale, return. Inhale here. Exhale, return, stretch away. Inhale here. Exhale, return. Inhale here. Exhale to the ground. And again, you would go on and do as many reps as you feel comfortable to do. Then we want to then work the posterior oblique chain. So for this one, we're going to do lying down on your front. Pillow underneath your head. And what we're looking to do here is we're trying to activate the gluteal muscles and the opposite latissimus dorsi. So these kind of shoulder muscles at the bottom of your shoulder. So we're going to use a squeeze of the glute on one side and a lift of the arm on the other. So I want you to feel when you lift the arm that you slightly reach away and then lift it up. So you feel this activation through the things that depress your shoulders, that draw your shoulders, that stabilise your shoulder. Okay. So we're going to think first of all about just activating the glute and not lifting the leg. So you're going to just do a gentle breath out so you feel that little bit of core connection. So you'll feel your lower belly slightly lift away from the floor. It's not going to necessarily lift very much, but you will feel a sense of it no longer pressing into the floor. It sort of flattens out a little bit. Good. Now that's going to stabilise your centre. Now you're going to squeeze through your bum muscles, just feeling them activate. And then at the same time in the opposite arm, you're going to reach and lift. And you're going to stay with that as long as it's comfortable. And then you're going to let everything rest back down. And then we do the other side. Breath out, feel the core gently connect. Squeeze the glute. Reach and lift the arm off the ground. Stay with it.
as long as it's comfortable, and then bring it all back down. Breathe in, exhale, find your core connecting, squeeze the glute, lift the opposite arm. Make sure you're breathing as you're in this position. Sorry, I lifted my leg there, you don't need to lift it yet. And you're just staying connected through the glute, you're still breathing, count your breaths if you need to. Let everything relax. Breath in, exhale, feel the belly peel away from the floor. Squeeze your bum muscles on the other side. Reach and lift the arm on the opposite side. Stay with it as long as you can, just keep breathing. If you start to feel that glute drop off and you can't get it back, that's fine, just end the rep there. Let everything relax. Again, you would continue on for the number of reps and sets that you're aiming to do. If that's getting a little bit easy, then we want to add a leg lift in. So then we want to just, and also it's good to have some dumbbells for the arms. So I've got 1 kilo here. So you're going to lie down. I wouldn't go much above 1 kilo. 500 grams is fine as well. And again, this time we're going to squeeze the bum and let the leg lift up. So can you see that when I squeeze the bum and lift the leg, we've got just the leg lifting from my glutes, from my bum muscles, as opposed to hitching the hip, which we don't want to do, or bending the back to try and get more height. All of those things are not great. We just want it to be this, lifting this. Okay, so we're keeping it in the glute, all glute dominant. So we're going to breathe out, find that little bit of just gentle core connection, find that glute activation, lift it off the ground, gently reach and lift the opposite arm, stay with it for as long as you can. And when you feel like you can't anymore, or you're losing the control, bring everything back down, breath in, breath out, find a new core connection, squeeze the glute on the opposite side, lift the leg, reach and lift the opposite arm, stay with it, keep breathing. Keep counting your breaths as you stay in this hold. And then when you feel like you can't hold it anymore, lower everything back down. Breath in, new core connection. Squeeze through the glute, lift the leg, reach the arm, lift the arm. Keep with it, keep breathing. When you need to come back down, you go ahead. Big breath in, wide into the torso. Pelvic floor stretches. As you breathe out, find a new core connection. Squeeze through your glute, lift the leg, lift the opposite arm, keep counting your breaths, don't hold your breath. Good. And bring it back down. Go into rest. Okay, and then we're going to go into the lateral chain. So this is the muscles on the side of your body. So we're going to use a foam roller to try and help keep a good alignment. So you're going to lie on your side, and you can put a pillow under your head or whatever you need to do. So basically you just want to make sure that your hips are stacked one above the other. Don't be leaning back here. You can be just a slight bit forward, that's okay, but just don't be back. Shoulders over shoulders, hips over hips. Your foam roller is going to go kind of, if you've got the bottom knee bent, put the foam roller kind of where the knee is or a little bit behind. What this is going to do is it's going to make sure that your back, the lifting leg stays in a slightly extended position so that you really make the glute work. So you're going to start by, I find it more comfortable to have the foot flexed upwards, but you can have the foot long if it's better for you. And then we're going to make sure that your leg always stays behind this foam roller or whatever marker you decide to have, so that the glute is already on, because I've already just pulled the leg back slightly without bending my back. So put your hand on your hip if you need to. Going to just exhale, feel that gentle core connection. Lift the leg up. You want to always get higher than the foam roller, and then slowly lower back down, staying behind that foam roller. So we know that that leg lift is behind, is either right below you or behind you. What a lot of people do is they bring their leg too far forward, and then they just really tone up the hip flexors and not the glutes at all. So you're making sure that everything is felt here. It's right here. It shouldn't really be anywhere else that's working as hard. You will feel your core on board, but your glute will be burning. Lift your leg up, slowly back down. Keep the movement really slow and controlled. Lifting up, helps to do it on the exhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Exhale, lift. If you find your pelvis rolling backwards, just correct it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. If it's starting to burn in your bum now, that's good. That's what we want. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return. Now you'll see here as I'm lifting, I've still got good form and I'm still lifting quite high. So although my glute's burning, I still feel like I could keep going. So I would keep going. I would keep going up to that point of fatigue. But for you, depending on where you are with your reps and sets, you might have already stopped, or you might be getting to that point where it's really getting hard to lift the legs. So you've been doing something like this. At that point there, you really would stop. You don't want to push through into bad form. So you would just stop, turn over, do the other side, or do a different exercise so you can have a bit of recovery time. And then you would come back and do your next set if you're doing another set. Okay, so I will leave you to get on with that, and see you again in another video.